All came in at once.
Yeah, we were just checking out the AS office.
Oh yeah.
We just walked over from there. It's all set now.
Now it's time to go back to office hours.
That's true, yeah. At least, I mean, for me though, I'm just here regardless because of that chair's meeting, the chair meeting, or internal affairs meeting.
Internal affairs meeting.
Yeah, on Tuesdays 5. So I
Um,
just stay there from at CSUN from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Best of luck. I don't know. I'm guessing that is still the same seating.
yeah. Fine, hopefully.
You don't have dividers or like the overhead cubbies. So it's just the plain desks.
This is a very important announcement. There are vegan muffins and Portos in the back. So if you want some, at 9:04 a.m. Haven't done that in a while. Alrighty, I would go ahead and start off with the land acknowledgement. Associated Students recognizes and acknowledges the first people of this ancestral and unceded territory of the Fernandino Tautavian Band of Mission Indians that is now occupied by our campus of California State University, Northridge. Honors their elders, past and present, and the descendants who are citizens of the Fernandino Tautavian Band of Mission Indians. Associated Students recognizes that the tribe is still here, and we are committed to lifting up their stories, culture, and community. We will now go ahead and start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Stand if you are able. Great, I'll go ahead and turn it over to our Attorney General for the roll call.
Okay, Vice President Anderson. Senator Akanenwar. Senator Bob Nagri. Senator Chavez. Senator Doe.
Here.
Senator Dunn. Senator Kaddish.
Here.
Senator Khan. Senator Mezabin. Senator Saravia. Senator Scher. Senator Tybee.
Here.
Senator Toledo Carranza. And that'll be 12 members in a quorum.
Great, thank you, Golden. We will now go ahead and move on to the approval of the agenda for September 25th, 2023. Is there a motion? Senator Tibby.
I move to approve the agenda for September 25th, 2023.
Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Doe, thank you. Any discussion? The motion passes unanimously. We'll now go ahead and move on to the approval of the minutes for September 18th, 2023. Is there a motion? Senator Doe.
I move to approve the minutes from September 18th, 2023.
Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Tibby, thank you. Any discussion? Right, seeing none, the motion passes unanimously. We have no special presentations today, but we do have open forum. Open forum is intended as an opportunity for any member of the public to address the Associated Student Senate regarding any issues affecting CSUN students. Speakers are allowed 3 minutes each to speak. Please sign in using the clipboard for minute recording purposes.
Now it's on. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sabrina. I work in the Office of Student Development and Transitional Programs. I oversee all things commencement and transitional events. I'm here to talk to you about one of our upcoming events that's occurring next Wednesday, which is New Student Convocation. As you all may be aware, New Student Convocation is an event that we host for incoming international transfer and first-time freshman students. We host it every fall, and it's supposed to commemorate their incoming year at the university. It also resonates and is a symbolization of our commencement ceremonies. So our office will host this event next Wednesday, and in years past, we have come to AS Senate and also our AS President Page to participate in the event. For the event, what we have is a pep rally that will start from 5 to 5:30. This is typically where we will request for the Senate to come table, also introduce the members of your board, as well as promote any kind of events or leadership opportunities that can be applicable to these students. We also will ask for you all to participate in our processional, which is our formal walk with all of our students. So it is a tunnel clap when all the students are coming in that you'll kind of assist with. From 5 to 5:30 is, like I said, our pep rally. It's on the Matador Square. And then from there, we transition to the University Library lawn where we do the formal program. Afterwards, we have a reception that's at the Matador statue. All students get an opportunity to do the tradition of the rose. We have a reception with light refreshments as well. And more or less, it's just an opportunity for you all to show who you are here on campus. We have other members of the campus community, such as athletics, our peer mentors, our new student orientation leaders, the BOD, IESC. So just an opportunity to show face. This year, Paige is going to be a part of our formal program. She will be speaking and introducing our alma mater, along with our keynote speaker, Dr. Amanda Quintero. So it's a really fun event. I'm going to be leaving some flyers. Everybody also gets one of these fun NSO or CSUN pins. So we all love our lapel pins. So that's something that you'll get to. But if you have any questions, I'll go ahead and relay all of the information to Paige to share out with you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sabrina. And if you're ever wondering why commencement is so perfect and amazing, that's because of her. Oh, but she does all the planning. So, but commencement, I'm sorry, not commencement, not there quite yet. Convocation is such a special moment. We're really just welcoming all of the new students here on campus. Just a great way to kind of increase our Matador spirit. Again, that's October 4th, correct? Awesome. I have that on my calendar ready. And then again, like she mentioned, we'll be tabling, kind of welcoming the new students here on campus, and I'll be speaking, so come support me. Alrighty. Thank you so much. Is there anyone else here for open forum? Great. Seeing none, we'll go ahead and move on to reports, starting with mine. Well, good morning, everyone. I think it's a very special day because the office is open. So it looks so gorgeous. She's so pretty. And all of the desks are there. There are some missing, but they're coming. So yeah, feel free after Senate to stop by, see what the new space looks like. And of course, that's what you would do in your office hours and just hanging out with all of us and bonding. So that's such an exciting time for us. This past week, I had the opportunity to participate in a panel discussion with the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences, Dean Yan Searcy. That was really exciting. We talked about AI in the classroom and just AI in society and how it's going to impact our future. Really interesting things. There are definitely professors that were a lot more knowledgeable about AI than I was. So it was really interesting to hear their take on it. And I will try to get a recording of it. So if you guys would like to watch it or hear what different professors had to say about it, I will go ahead and share that with you. A reminder again, student life tours are happening. These are nothing crazy. You're really just giving a tour around campus of the awesome features we have. You will have usually like a partner, so it's not just you. It takes about 50 minutes. So just make sure that when you sign up, you're aware of that time block. And we can send the link in the GroupMe as well, or send it via email again for you all to sign up. Again, it's a great opportunity to connect with new students and kind of, let them know, hey, I'm a senator. You can always come to me if you have any questions or want to see things changed on campus. So be aware of that. Tomorrow's a farmer's market, but we do have like a themed farmer's market. It is the refill and repair event, part 1. This is a really, really fun event. So what happens is you can bring even like clothes that have, maybe a little rip here or there, and they can fix it for you at this event. And also you can refill certain items like shampoo, soap, conditioner, all that good stuff. It's a really, really fun event. And I did hear that there's some like really fancy soap at this one, like some really high-end fancy soap. So worth trying and checking it out. So definitely stop by the farmer's market 10 to 3 tomorrow by the Matador Square. I mean, obviously you all see it. Again, reminder, new student convocation, October 4th, mark that in your calendar. It's a great event. And we probably will have to cancel the standing committee meeting, but don't worry, we'll figure that all out. I don't really have anything else to report except have a great week this week. We do have a pretty busy week with just meetings and a couple of things here and there in the office finally back in session. So that's really exciting. But if you have any questions about anything, always feel free to stop by. Yeah, any questions on my report? Alrighty, seeing none, I will go ahead and turn it over to sorry, that was weird, our Vice President for her report.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. So, we are heading into, like Paige said, a really busy couple weeks. We do have Feedback Initiative Week scheduled for next week, October 2nd on Monday. I really need all of your support on that. I haven't received any questions from any senators, and at this moment, I've received questions from 2 cabinet members. So I don't really feel comfortable forming the survey by myself, just because I think if we're sending out a survey to the general campus population, it should have more than just my thoughts in it. So I would really appreciate if after this meeting, you all could take some time to think of some questions that you think would sound good on a general campus survey. There's really no theme for it. It's just supposed to be asking students how they feel in their daily lives on campus. And it's really for us to see what's going on in students' minds. So then we can relay that to campus administration and also have it affect what we do as associated students. So please help me out with that. I also sent out the tabling sign up. It's in your email. I just sent it out like 10 minutes ago. So after you send me some questions, also sign up for tabling. It counts for your office hours. And it will be really fun. It's a nice way to get to know students, and it's not hard. You just stand there and go up to them, ask them how they are, and ask them to fill out the survey. And then we will have freebies to give out to them after they fill it out. So, yeah. Are there any questions on that? I know this is out of Robert's rules. I apologize. Yes.
Is there a place where we can see current questions that are already on the survey?
Yeah, I can also read them out. Yeah, okay. I can read them out. We do want it to be relatively short. We don't want it to be super long. But the questions we have right now are: what is your favorite part of campus? What is your least favorite part of campus? What days are you mainly on campus? Do you feel safe when you're on campus? Are you knowledgeable on campus safety features? Are you a member of any clubs or organizations? If not, what would encourage you to join? How familiar are you with associated students? What other types of events and programs would you like to see from AS? And then we have some more specific questions that don't necessarily apply to everyone, but they're: what has your experience been like being a student employee on campus? What would you like to see changed in student housing? And what are your thoughts on the current state of parking, pricing, availability, safety, and lots? So we have a pretty good base, but I still would love some recommendations on anything else we can add, anything we can change. I can also send this out if you all would like to see it, in case there's a question that you really don't like and things should be taken off. Yeah. Okay. So yes, that's next week. Yeah. And then I mentioned it before, but we have the Sarah Scholes Foundation coming on October 30th. Paige mentioned the office is open, which is super fun. On that note, I will be holding off Senate check-ins for another, I'd say 2 weeks, just because I think being in the office is kind of a core part of being a senator, and I want you all to be able to experience that before I have my Senate check-in with you. Also, since we have a lot of events coming up, like Feedback Initiative Week, the Leadership Mixer on Tuesday, all those things, I want you all to also experience that before we have our check-in, just so we're really using our time well. Other than that, we have the Soraya opening night on September 30th. There's still spots for that, and everyone is welcome to bring a guest, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yes, everyone's welcome to bring a guest, so let me know if you would like to attend. And then for the Distinguished Alumni Awards dinner, we have 2 spots left. So if you're interested in coming to that, let me know. It's a really fancy, amazing experience. So please let me know. and really good networking. There's a lot of really, really cool alumni there. Yeah, it's just a really good experience. So the fact that you all have the opportunity to possibly attend is amazing. So I would recommend that you take that up. And I'm also the student rep on the alumni board. So we would really love for more students to come. Thank you. Sorry, that was so long.
Thank you so, sorry. Thank you so much, Vice President Anderson. Are there any questions on her report? All right, seeing none, we'll go ahead and turn it over to our Chief of Staff for her report.
Good morning, everyone. As always, I'm excited to be here. I know I tell you guys that every single week, but get used to it. I'm just kidding. The office is officially open, as mentioned previously by President and Vice President. We can now have our fun memories and our fun times in that office, of course, while we're doing our work diligently, but at least it's all together. So I strongly encourage you guys to just make that office your home. That's how it was last year, and I hope that it continues to, happen this year. Honestly, I wanted to start by giving a quick shout out to God. I know that you guys, hopefully, whatever your beliefs are, but I just know that my life is quite a bit of a storm, and I just wanted to let you guys know that my peace is dwelling in that. And so I just wanted to encourage you all this week to find those pockets of peace in your week. And just in the midst of your storm, just remember that there's always pockets of peace and just enjoy those times. I wanted to start also by moving on to the rest of my report. Last week, I attended the first AGGA meeting. This is the Academic Grievance Committee, and I was officially trained last week. As I mentioned, I'm officially a part of this committee. We only do this meeting once a month, and so hopefully there's not too many appeals, and hopefully everyone's having a great year so far, academically speaking. Those who are part of the committee, I know there's some senators who are part of that committee as well. It's extremely diverse, and I'm glad to hear that they encourage student speakers and advocates as like ourselves to use our voice in this committee. We also had a successful cabinet meeting last week, and I hope to have another one this week. I've been holding cabinet check-ins for each cabinet member, and I will continue to do so. This is really just to ensure that our cabinet members are having an easy transition in their positions, and they feel confident in doing so. This also allows me to have one-on-one meetings with them, and allows me to ensure that each cabinet member is on the same page and with our goals and motives as we continue with the year. Now I'll be sharing some wonderful updates from our cabinet members. Our Chair of Legislative Affairs, Metul, is recruiting Lobby Corps members, as mentioned last week also. So please reach out to Metul if you know any people who are interested, or send any people, friends, other people who you'd like to have advocating for any external activities. Please reach out to Metul. Our Chair of Elections is also currently accepting committee applications. If there are any senators who have anyone or know anyone who is interested in elections, please reach out to our Chair of Elections. The applications are already open. As for the rest of our cabinet members, obviously it's been a common thing that our committees are open. Please remember, our committees are open. Once again, our committees are open. Tell your friends about it. Tell your classmates about it. They do get the $100 incentive. So please remind them that they're able to basically have a fun time, a 1-hour meeting based on the chair, and basically they'll have a great time. That's the whole point of these committees, that they also get heard in these committees and anything that we move forward with. At this time, that is all for my report, and I hope that you all have a great day. Thank you.
So much to our Chief of Staff. Are there any questions on her report? Great, seeing none, we'll go ahead and turn over to our Chair of Finance for her report.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. Good morning. I'm going to start by sharing our account balances. Within the STAR Fund, we have $189,910 for unassigned contingency. This account went up. This is just because our beginning balance was updated. And so now we have $793,902 in unassigned. Clubs and orgs assigned $12,600, philanthropy $15,000, and clubs and orgs travel $9,000. I kind of have a lot to report today, but I'm really excited to get into it. On Thursday, I hosted audit committee. This committee, we've been waiting to hear back from campus to make sure our audit report was ready just before our committee could meet. And so that way we can turn it into the chancellor's office in time. And while the audit itself is not yet complete, We moved to approve the audit as pending, and we'll be seeing this as a new business item. So our committee moved to approve the audit as it currently is in its current state, in its draft form, but we'll continue to approve as the updates come in eventually. Additionally, on Friday, I had the opportunity to attend the University Planning and Budget Committee with myself and Senator Dunn. It was really exciting to be in a room and be able to interact with so much university faculty administrators. It was kind of like the Avengers, like Endgame, and having all these people come together. I see a lot of these people in Zoom meetings, or I hear of them, and then to put a face to a name, that was really fun. So that was cool. We got to learn about the forecasted financial health of CSUN and assess a range of potential revenue streams or cutting expenses for our campus as well. I also have an update, pretty large update regarding Finance Committee. Last Monday, our Finance Committee voted to dismiss our annual budget hearings for our student clubs in January. What? Pause for dramatic effect. But basically, we decided we're not going to be doing annual budget hearings in January. This past January, I had the opportunity to sit in as assistant chair and participate, but I found that they were really unproductive. And I'll kind of justify the reasoning behind this. So during annual budget hearings, it's 6 days of 8-hour work, and we're on Zoom calls for those 6 days. And we only have one lunch break. It's a 30-minute lunch break. So it's back-to-back nonstop student clubs and orgs. And each club and org that comes in, they have 3 minutes to speak and like present themselves. So let's say like the first like minute and a half is like the club introducing themselves, right? So it'll be like dance club comes in, they're like, oh, we're the dance club, we love dancing, we want to engage with students. And it's like, okay, this is great, but you know, we only have so much time. And then the other half of the meeting is them being like reading their requests off a screen and being like, we want dance shoes, we want room rental, we want this. And it's sometimes this could be like club leadership transitions, or, you know, we can't expect like clubs to just sing and dance or something, you know, like all they can really do is just read their requests for us. And then on our end, we don't have too much time within the 3 minutes to really engage with the club and tell them like, hey, by the way, we don't fund dance shoes, or, okay, thanks. Is this a public or private speaker, right? And so a lot of times it's just like, okay, thank you so much for presenting. We'll stay in contact with you. And then we move on to the next group. And then when the school semester begins and we're like doing our committee deliberations, we're rereading every single request. And then we're like, dance club, what did they ask again? And then we have to recall those memories. And so in the spirit of time efficiency and just making sure that we're using our resources properly, we're not going to be doing annual budget hearings in the winter, over winter break. Instead, we'll be using those 6 days to be jumping straight into committee deliberations. And I'm working with Leslie and Pat from IT, who's up there. We're working together to create a ultra-specific annual budget request form. This budget request form, it's going to build into the form itself mandatory questions, like, so students have to answer if they want it to be a public or private meeting, and really kind of herd students into answering the questions we need on our end in order to process their paperwork. And so I also understand that when it comes to like building forms, there's always going to be the issue of maybe students aren't going to be specific enough. So on our end, we're going to be like giving students resources. We're going to be attending the MIC Leadership Conference, and I was able to work with Asia and Alyssa from the MIC to put together 3 Finance 101 sessions, which will be really great for students, as it's mandatory for students to attend the leadership conference in order to qualify for AS annual budget funding. So we'll be doing like leadership workshops. Leslie and I will also be hosting like drop-in office hours specifically for the annual budget. So if students have questions regarding the annual budget, they can come to us and we can incentivize this as well. It's not against our code to be like, oh, if you come to our special workshops, we'll give you like $50 in, I don't know, supplies, right? So we could do something like that. We're also building like more PDF resources. We're going to be putting this on the like Canvas page as well for students that are attending the Shine or Leadership Conference. And let's say that since we're not doing annual budget hearings, and we process a group and a group is unhappy with their request, it's going to kind of be similar to the IRA funding process. So it's like if a student org is unhappy with the amount of funding they receive from AS, they could put in an appeal form and then we'll reprocess them. Or if a student's request is like too vague, we'll just invite them to come to our finance committee meetings during the semester. So yeah, so it's definitely a big risk, but it may pay off if it's executed well. So I'm going to be working with my team and just hope that it goes well. Later in Senate today, we're also going to be approving, hopefully, the Finance Committee calendar and then going over a few Finance Committee recommendations, but it'll be a lot faster this time because I had it, the recommendations go through Finance this time. And I have an announcement. It's that on this Thursday, Dr. Ellen Ochoa is coming to CSUN. She attended 4 missions to space and she headed NASA's Johnson Space Center for a while too. She's just a really prominent figure in the STEM field, and it's really amazing that we were able to invite her to our campus. So from 4 to 5:30 this Thursday in this room, she'll be hosting a open guest speaker lecture, and it'll be really awesome. Although registration is now closed, they're still going to be accepting non-registered walk-ins depending on the seating availability. And that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for listening. Have a fantastic week.
Thank you so much, Yvette, for your report. Are there any questions on her report? All right, seeing none, we'll go ahead and turn it over to our Attorney General for his report.
All right, so I just have 3 quick points to make. So now that the office is open, office hours are going to be much different than it's been the last 2 weeks with no office. So how we've been having like small projects and things. Now you're going to be coming into the office during the times that we've scheduled and that you've allotted for yourself. And you will be signing in and we'll be enforcing that you're there. So that's going to be the change for this week, but it's going to be exciting. And with that, I want to make sure that I have everybody's correct office hours. So after we're done here, if you could just wait a little longer so I can go to each of you and verify that I have your correct office hours, because I'm going to be like putting them on a whiteboard in there. So it's going to be set in stone a little bit more. So stay after so we can verify that I have the correct office hours. And also, if you're going to be doing any tabling in exchange for an office hour, like if you're going to table, then please just send me an email that you're going to be using that as one of your office hours so that we can have that on the record. And that's everything.
Thank you so much. Are there any questions on our Attorney General's report? Great, seeing none, we'll go ahead and turn it over to our standing committee report, starting with External Affairs.
Good morning, everyone. Splendid first External Affairs meeting last week. I'd like to thank Senator Mezabin for accepting the role of Vice Chair. We briefly discussed the student wages referral and tabled it to the next week. And we also discussed possible areas of interest to the committee, like alumni relations, associated student standing policies, international students, and the surrounding community. And that is all for my report.
Thank you so much, Senator Kaddish. Are there any questions on his report? Great, seeing none, we'll go ahead and turn it over to Internal Affairs.
Good morning, everybody. Last week in Internal Affairs, we did not receive any legislative referrals, so we brainstormed our own, and this includes clarifying vacancies within all of the standing committee codes. And so we should be seeing these requests alongside 1 or 2 more by the end of this Senate meeting. And that's all for my report. Thank you.
Wonderful. Are there any questions for Senator Tivey's report? Great, seeing none, we will go and turn it over to University.
All right, we had a rather productive meeting. We nominated and elected Senator Aquinor to be our vice chair. And then we talked about the pushback time to 8:30 a.m. for the start of class. Me and Senator Saravia, right? Saravia will be working on making a statement on that. We also talked about sports club fundraising fair, including World Food, different for Diversity and Inclusion Week, and unit residency requirements. So hopefully these will be on the Senate floor soon.
Thank you so much, Senator Dunn. Are there any questions on his report? Right, seeing none, we'll go ahead and turn it over to our Executive Director, Patrick Bailey. He is not here today, but we do have a report that was sent on his behalf.
I will be Patrick right now. He said, another huge thank you to Daniela and Johnny for all of their work and coordination on the office refresh. I hope everyone enjoys the space. There are still a few things that need to be completed, and please let us know if there's something that you need. The interviews were finished for athletic trainer, and they hope to make an offer soon. The sports club administrator, JP Gale, has accepted a position within the ASI at Cal State Fullerton, and his last day here at CSUN will be on October 13th. The Children's Center teacher, Vanessa Galarza, her last day will be October 6th. We are still searching for an accounting generalist, a children's center assistant director, and their office manager. And then Director Tim Shapansky will be on paternity leave until mid-December. Remember that the leadership mixer is next week, so if you haven't RSVP'd, please do so by the end of the day tomorrow, so we have an accurate count for the program. Our annual audit was accepted by the audit committee pending some additional review. Once the audit goes through its final review, it will be brought to Senate to accept. Have a wonderful week, and let me know if there's anything I can assist you with. Best, Patrick.
Wonderful. Just a reminder, since Patrick mentioned it in his report, to please make sure that you have RSVP'd for the leadership mixer. Even if you can only attend for like a couple minutes, maybe you have class or something, it's still important just to stop by, visit your deans, and you can even meet President Beck's cabinet. So it's really, really important that you attend. This is a really, really special event, and we don't really get to do it often. It's only like once a year. So really important that you do attend this event. Alrighty. Moving on, University Advisor Asia Butler is also not here today. We don't have a report for her, but we will turn it over to our faculty advisor, Dr. Ward, for her report.
Wow, good morning, everyone. Happy fall, y'all, as they would say in my hometown. And so I'm glad that you all have made it through the summer. It's hard to imagine that we are already 1/3 of the way through the semester. And that really gives us pause to think about all of the things we're doing in and outside the classroom. I really appreciated the mention of our balance between mind, body, spirit, and who we are as whole people here at Cal State Northridge. And I do believe that that should come through in our classes as well. Believe it or not, the writer's strike, it seems, is coming to a real end. And I think importantly that we don't think a lot about that in many ways in the university, but we are unionized as well. So we have members of our faculty and staff who are in unions, and these are worker issues and worker rights. And certainly as a university that supports the state of California and its future, we want to remember that a lot of what we're getting through our classes is really about who we're going to be as future citizens and those jobs that we're going to have. Within the writer's strike, it was really important for me personally because one of my sons is a journalist, the other one works for Film Independent. And so while that's important, the idea of AI, artificial intelligence, those kinds of things and the roles that those play in all of our lives as we write. So whether you're writing a paper, you're writing a report, you're on the news, you're doing SM, whatever it is that you're doing, remember the importance of the authenticity and the ownership of what you write. So I know for a lot of you all, you're thinking, about, Chat GPT or whatever. But that's not the only issue. The issue is really about your authenticity as a writer and owning those things that you believe in and those of others that you respect as well. So please think about that as you're going through your classes. I also wanted to mention that the gallery is important. I'm hoping that in the future, you all will be able to invite your faculty members as well as other students, constituents to attend your gallery so they are able to see what it is that you do in representing them. I also wanted to just echo the importance of alumni. Alumni are often invited as guest speakers in your classes. So if you have an alum that you would like to hear speak in one of your classes, please feel free to use an office hour, send an email to a faculty member and say, hey, here's somebody that I'd really like to see come in and represent our department, our major, or my future career in our classes. All right, I'm hoping that as you prepare for upcoming weeks, you will recognize that there will be certainly midterms coming up, which I still think is actually in the middle of the semester, around week 7 or 8, but your faculty may call those something else. But anyway, upcoming papers, those kinds of things, making sure that you're ready for those. Use office hours and plan ahead for advising. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ward. Are there any questions on her report? Great. Seeing none, we'll go ahead and move over to unfinished business. Seeing none, we'll move on over to new business. And we do have an item today. Is there a motion? Vice President Anderson.
I move to approve Jocelyn Harris's appointment to the Judicial Court.
Thank you. Is there a second? Second by Senator Doe. Thank you. Are there any questions? Great. Seeing none, all those in favor of approving Jocelyn Harris's appointment to the Judicial Court, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? The motion passes. Wonderful. Alrighty, if you don't have any information items or discussion items, we do have a couple legislative referrals that I will read off. Before I read those off, just a reminder that we do have another Senate meeting or special Senate meeting at 9:50. So even though I do adjourn this meeting soon, we'll stay here to do that meeting at 9:50. The first one is from Senator Toledo Carranza and Ms. Albin. It is titled Establishing a Student Success Committee within the Chemistry and Biochemistry Department. And the request is as follows: to establish an advocacy platform for students and faculty within the Chemistry and Biochemistry Department, where the committee meets twice a month to address any issues, measures, and/or concerns regarding students' academic success, as well as mental well-being. This was suggested to go to University Affairs, and that's where it will go. The next one is from Senator Scher, titled Reviewing Standing Committee Codes. The request is as follows: in our most recent internal affairs meeting, we have decided that the standing committee codes need to be reviewed and there are parts that need to be reworded for clarity. This was suggested to go to internal affairs, and that's where it will go. Our next one is from our Senator Kaddish. He titled the referral Elections Code Review. The request is as follows: some language in the codes regarding elections may need some updating, so the codes for elections, election committee, and other related codes should be reviewed. This is suggested to go to internal affairs, and that's where it will go. Alrighty, no more legislative referrals that I have to read. Are there any announcements from the board? Vice President Anderson.
I did not prepare what I was going to say for this, so if I stutter, I apologize. I was made aware of unfortunate misconduct that occurred over the weekend in a social setting off campus. And it made me just start thinking about the fact that there it's up to us to create a safe community and be there for each other. So I just wanted to remind everyone to check in on their peers, whether you're involved in Greek life or in the dorms or in sports clubs, just make sure to be aware of everyone. And if people seem a little bit off, check in on them, and remind people of the resources that we have on campus. We have Title IX, we have the university counseling services. So just please, it's up to us, and just be aware of that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Are there any further announcements? All right, just to touch on what Josie mentioned, I am part of the Title IX implementation team. So we're really trying to reform what Title IX currently looks like on campus. So if anyone has any suggestions or comments with regard to Title IX, and even the process, whether they've helped a friend through it or something, please let me know. It is a safe space here and it's very confidential. And this will just go to the team to address what can be done better to ensure everyone's safety here on campus, because these are serious matters and we should be representing the student body, as we are the voice of the students. So are there any questions or further announcements? Great, seeing none, I will turn over to our Attorney General for our final roll call.
All right, Vice President Anderson. Senator Akanenwar. Senator Bhavnagri. Senator Chavez. Senator Doe. Senator Dunn. Senator Kaddish.
Here.
Senator Khan. Senator Mezabin. Senator Saravia. Senator Scher. Senator Tybee. Here. Senator Toledo Carranza.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Golden. I will go ahead and adjourn this meeting at 9:45 a.m. Just a reminder, we do have another meeting at 9:50. You're more than welcome to take a break if you want to use the restroom, grab some food in the back. But please be back here by like 9:49. You have 3-ish minutes. 9:51 a.m. And I will turn it over to our Attorney General for a roll call once again.
Okay. Vice President Anderson. Senator Canwar. Senator Bhavnagri. Senator Chavez. Senator Doe. Senator Dunn. Senator Kaddish.
Here.
Senator Khan. Senator Mezabin. Senator Saravia. Senator Scher. Senator Tybee.
Here.
Senator Toledo Carranza. We have a quorum.
Beautiful. Alrighty, is there a motion to approve the agenda for August 28th, 2023? Oh, Vice President Anderson.
I move to approve the agenda for September 28th, 20.
Oh.
What?
I moved. It's okay.
What's the typo? And I said it wrong.
We shall make an amendment.
Let's just.
Ready. Is there a motion? Vice President Anderson.
I move to oh my gosh, amend the agenda to reflect the correct date of September 25th, 2023.
Alrighty. Is there a second? Senator Mezabin, thank you. Any discussion? Right, seeing none, the motion passes unanimously. Alrighty, is there a motion to approve the agenda as amended? Senator Doe.
I move to approve the agenda as amended for September 25th, 2023.
Wonderful. Is there a second? Senator Tivy, thank you. Any discussion? All right, seeing none, all those in favor of approving the agenda as amended, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? Okay, the motion passes. Alrighty, open forum. Open forum is intended as an opportunity for any member of the public to address the Associated Student Senate regarding any issues affecting CSUN students. Speakers will be allowed 3 minutes each to speak. Please sign in using the clipboard for minute recording purposes. Is anyone here for open forum? All right, doesn't look like it. We'll move on to new business. There are quite a few line items here that everyone has seen for the first time. So do you have me in?
Yeah, I'll be able to kind of explain each item. Should we move to go into new business first or?
Yeah, we're new business.
Oh, okay, perfect.
So we will go ahead and have our Chair of Finance go through each request before we make a motion to approve them.
Perfect. I'll start off with the Finance Committee calendar. And while that's getting pulled up, I can just explain it a bit more.
Alrighty, just a heads up, Yvette just sent the attachment for the Finance Committee calendar. so you can all review it as she's explaining it to you all. It's sent to your Senate or cabinet email.
Yes, thank you so much, Paige. If that could get pulled up on the big screen, that might be helpful, but in the meantime, we'll just talk about it. So our finance committee, this is our recommended calendar. This is a draft version until it's approved from the Senate today. But we used a similar calendar in the previous year, and the dates are just updated for this year. Some big dates to keep in mind is that on October 14th, that's the AS Finance 101 session will be hosted at the MIC Leadership Conference, which was formerly known as the Shine Conference. The following Wednesday on October 18th, our annual budget filing opens. On December 11th, that will be the day our filing closes, as well as our last finance committee meeting for the fall semester. And then we also have on the second page of that attachment, all of our committee meeting dates for both this semester and next semester. Perhaps now would be a time, if somebody is in a approval of it, to make a motion. Oh, okay, we'll do it all together. Thank you, Paige. Okay, should I explain the next item then? Okay, perfect. Okay, awesome. Second item is to allocate $1,200 from unassigned contingency to CSUN Public Relations Student Society of America, PRSSA. This one's not a supplemental request. It's more of like a finance committee recommendation. The reason why we want to allocate this amount is because when we did committee deliberations in the spring of this year, our committee wanted to fund this group $1,200, but in the process of translating our Google Docs to the campus in a PDF form, this line item was not included. So this club did not receive their annual budget. So we have this agendized just so this club can receive their annual budget. And this is the amount that our committee deliberated and agreed upon. New business item C, allocate $2,840 from unassigned contingency to the F word for their supplemental funding request to supplement their AS annual budget. This is a supplemental request we want to fund. This request came to Senate about like 2 weeks ago. We decided to table it until I would have further communication with Shira Brown, their advisor. And yeah, we want to be able to fund the F word, which is a student club and org, but at the moment we're not funding the Women's Research and Resource Center because that's more of an academic department, but we will fund their student clubs and orgs counterpart though. New business item D, allocate $1,500 from unassigned contingency to CSUN Aero for their supplemental funding requests to support their senior design SAE competition funding event. There's an attachment for this one as well, and then you can see the full item breakdown, but we want to fund $1,500 for just material supplies for this group. $1,500 is about like the average amount we tend to fund for like engineering clubs and clubs that tend to request large workshop items. So we just want to fund them for materials, but nothing of like equipment or like electronics. And then line item E, allocate $628 from unassigned to the Vietnamese Student Association for their supplementary funding requests to support their CSUN Cinemania event. This group did not receive an annual budget and they want to use their supplemental requests to fund a club event. So we decided that was fair. You can also see the breakdown in one of the attachments. And then item F is just to accept the Cohn-Resnick audit as pending. As mentioned in Patrick's report, we're going to approve it as it currently is in its draft form, but we'll also be sending the finalized form to Senate to approve when it's ready. That's just it for new business. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chair of Finance, for going over all of our new business items. Is there a motion?
I move to approve line items A through F of new business.
Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Tivy, thank you. Any discussion? Great, seeing none. All those in favor of approving line items A through F in new business, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? Great, the motion passes. We will now turn over to Golden for our final roll call.
Vice President Anderson,
Here.
Senator Cannon-War, Senator Bhavnagri, Senator Chavez, Senator Doe, Senator Dunn, Senator Kaddish,
Here.
Senator Khan, Senator Mezabin, Senator Saravia, Senator Scher, Senator Tybee, Senator Toledo Carranza.
Wonderful. Thank you, Golden. I will now go ahead and adjourn this meeting at 10:02 a.m. One more final announcement before we all leave. Go to the office. Make sure you stop by today and check it out. Thank you all. Have a great day.
And if you could please just verify your office hours with me. Thank you.